So there's a pretty cool new feature in AR defense, and I want to talk a little bit about how it works. So let's say you see this mostly beast team, and maybe you just end your first turn and let them all transform so you can see what their true threat range is. So they expand, you're still not in their threat range, but then Seiros gets X'd out, which means she can be danced, which means the dancer can be rallied, which means the rallier can get danced again, and then they can go attack somebody, but then they have Gale Force, so now they can go kill somebody else. And then we have 4 units that haven't moved yet. So then we got them moving down. Now Tibarn gets danced. He's going to go attack someone, and of course he has Gale Force too, so he's going to go kill somebody else, but he only has 3 health, so he can bring someone with Wings of Mercy, and now your whole team is dead. So what exactly just happened? Well, alright, I'll admit that was mostly theatrical there, and that kind of thing isn't going to happen every time. But let's give an example of a simpler way that you can make use of this X out feature that happened at the start of that. So why does that happen? It's because there's a unit in the 7th slot. If anyone is in the 7th slot, they'll be X'd out at the start of the turn. The only way to get someone in the 7th slot is to have Seiros on the team. Seiros is the only unit in the game so far that allows access of this 7th slot. And it's because she has, like, it's this defensive team bonus you see at the bottom there. But when someone's in that 7th slot, they'll be X'd out at the start of the turn, and then them being danced allows your units to move even if nobody has stepped into your threat range. So then what else you need for this is a nuke and 2 dancers. Only other thing to note is that Olivia will choose to dance before Azura will because she's further to the left on this screen. So looking at this screen, it's going to start off with Olivia moving down to this space because the turn will start, Hinoka will get X'd out because she's in the 7th slot, and then Olivia can't dance from here, here, or here, so she'll move down here because Hinoka has guidance allowing her to do that. So she'll move down to here and dance. Then Mia will want to rally Olivia and won't be able to reach her from anywhere but right here. So Mia rallies Olivia, and then, of course, with her right here, Azura comes down, dances for her, and then we have Mia sitting right here, buffed, and deciding which of your units she wants to kill. So this is a great little setup for just getting one guaranteed kill, or mostly guaranteed, to minimize your Aether losses. So let's look at how it works. So maybe they'll spend their first turn just breaking some stuff, but then once it ends, Hinoka gets X'd out, then Olivia dances, then Mia goes down and rallies, then Azura dances for Mia, and Mia just picks out whoever she wants to kill of your team. And with that, you still have, like, you have 2 empty slots on this team still that you can add in more stuff with, and you know, it opens up a lot of possibilities for playing around like I did in the first example. A couple things to note with this. So Olivia was able to come down to this space because Hinoka has the guidance seal. There's also flyer guidance if she was a flyer, or you could give either of these 2 units air orders or ground orders, or these 2 could both be flyers and she could have flyer formation. There's a lot of different ways that you can get a unit down to this spot, but if you have Duo Sigurd, he's the best option for this because you don't have to use any special movement skills. He can just walk straight down to that with his 3 movement. Another reason it's good to have Duo Sigurd is because the unit who's standing right here will only get rallied if there's an enemy in their threat range from this spot, even if they've already acted. So Olivia goes down here, dances, and then in that example, there was a unit standing right here. So they were in Olivia's range at that point because she can move down 2 and then attack 2 more. So I would recommend the dancer you put here if you don't have Duo Sigurd is at least a 2-range weapon dancer. Then for this dancer, it just needs to be a flyer. That's really all. If you're using this setup because you got the mountains, so they can just fly over this mountain and dance for your nuke. And then your nuke can pretty much be any horse nuke. You could use Leaf or Reinhardt or any Blade Tome user really, because even if they had debuffs at the start, if you have Azura here with the Torrent Dance or the yellow version of that, they'll get all stats +5, which is a lot of attack on a Blade Tome. So a lot of options for who your nuke would be and things like that. And then, of course, you have 2 more units that you can add in. Seiros really just needs to exist. She just needs to be there, taking up space. So that's about all there is to it. So yeah, Let me know if you guys play around with this. I'd like to see what more people do with it.